Alright, so I gotta remove this axle. We're gonna replace this bearing, and we're gonna replace the lower ball joint. These bolts are 21s. I'm gonna try something different. I already removed the caliper and the rotor. This is, I believe it's a 32 mil, 34 mil. It's a 34 mil for the axle. It's 21 for these. And for your tie rod, it is a, so it's an 18. I already took these bolts off. Okay, so first off, you're gonna take this axle off, the 34 mil. Then we got this tie rod end here. So that's your 18. What you do is you just hammer here, and it pops right out. You're gonna hammer these out. These have serrated teeth which bite into this knuckle. You have to hammer those out. Like so. And then because the tie rod's disconnected, you'll be able to turn this. Turn this. Pop that axle out. Like so. On the back, you got what are these? These look like 12s. 12s or 13 mils for this axle. What is this? 13. Yeah, 13. I had obviously dismantled all this before. I figured you guys don't like to see me struggle all the time, but because this is aluminum, you can see all this corrosion. You're gonna have to come in here with a wire wheel, clean all this out, and you usually got to hammer the hell out of these. You have to disconnect your ABS sensor. So and then you got this. This ball joint is super loose, so that's how you dismantle this. On the back here, you got a castle nut with a cotter pin. You pull that out. Now if you're just doing the axle, you don't need to remove this, but since I'm doing the ball joint, I'm going to remove this whole knuckle. I like using needle nose, and you can just wrap it right around like that. It's like you're twirling spaghetti. And there you go. And these are going to be 18s as well. I don't know if I'll get my impact in there. And same thing with this. You can use pickle forks. If you had to reuse these, pickle forks usually damage them. Just like that. There's your knuckle. I'll take this to the bench and clean all this up. Corrosion's not that bad. I've done lots of bearings on GMs. They actually cross Malibus will use the same as Envoys and whatnot. So here's a quick dismantling video. I gotta do the transmission seal. This tie rod end, it doesn't have a lot of play, but I mean, it's definitely on its way out. I didn't offer to do that for her because I don't have an alignment machine, so, but I will let her know. Use one of these wire wheels. Let's go along the inside. I'm gonna use my I hate aluminum corrosion. This is the real way you should do this, but just trying to show you guys. You're also going to want to do the face. I love that. It's delicious. I'm also going to just do these ears a little bit. So anyways, I did the face, the inside, and I did these ears that go into the strut. You're going to want to use anti-seize. I got a zinc-based one. I believe the silver Permatex would work. You definitely don't want to use any of the copper because this is aluminum. And as you know, unlike metals, like to corrode. So since I'm replacing quite a few parts here, I'm going to just assemble the bearing on the bench here. We're going to start off with the anti-seize. You got your dust shield. You're going to want to make sure that this goes on the proper way for the caliper. I've done that before, wasn't paying attention, had it on backwards. Maybe had a few too many beers. The sensor came out on that side. Went in very nicely. Looks like someone actually, these had Loctite on them. I've always used anti-seize on these, so I'm just going to continue on with that. That bearing was replaced, so I don't know if someone else did that. I'll insert the torque spec for these. It's very critical for the axle bolt or nut for that torque setting. I applied a little bit of grease for the teeth in here. Since I have a new axle going in, everything should be nice. Sorry, like I was saying, it's very important for this torque. Beauty, that's how a bearing should be. Not a lot of free play or free spin. The sensor comes out here. If you put it down here, like if you rotated this one more, you're gonna have issues with that. So this is the best spot. The wire came up here anyways. It's out of the way. We'll just leave this here. Put your castle nut on. It's like an 18. I'm not gonna do it super tight right now. We're gonna slide this axle in like so. Get that on. Start this nut. Put her to gonna put her to strut bolts in. We're gonna hammer those in. Put our 2 nuts on. These are the 21s. We're just gonna zip these on with their impact. We'll do that by hand. Okay, these axle nuts don't have to go that tight, but you have to make sure they line up. With the hole for your cotter pin. So I got that. These castle nuts are so fucking cheap. Anyways, there, you put the cotter pin in. Now we're good there. We're gonna put our wiring back into one of these clips. Put our tie rod back on.